Good afternoon and welcome to our presentation today. Today we will be discussing global comparison between Mexico and the U.S. through the following domains: religion, customs, education, and government. First, we will be comparing Mexico's religion to America. Mexico is broken down into four main religious affiliations: Catholic, Protestant, Jehovah's Witness, and no religious affiliation. As you will notice, 95% of Mexico affiliates themselves with a religion, 87% being Catholic. Introduced to Mexico was the religion Roman Catholic in the 16th century by a Spanish colony. Roman Catholic is recognized by a hierarchy structure, with the Pope as the head of church. It was decided upon by Jesus' apostle, Peter. A part of Mexico's heritage is their religion. It's passed through family traditions generation after generation. It can be visible in their language. Dios te bendiga means God bless you. Also, their patron saint, which is the mother of all that they look up to, is La Guadalupe. Lastly, infused in their culture and their religion is every time they pass a church, they will draw a cross on their hand. Now let's look at America's affiliations. As you will notice, there are three religion affiliations: Christian, non-Christian, and no religion at all. As you will notice, 72% of the U.S. affiliates themselves with a religion, and 27% does not affiliate themselves. 65% of Americans are Christian. Christianity was first introduced by Europeans in the 16th century. Descending from Judaism, beliefs that maintain Jesus of Nazareth, that promised in his scriptures that life, death, and resurrection are salvific for the world. Now what's happening is a decline in American religion. Rapid changing. People are no longer attending weekly worships. There is a declining interest in religion that's happening in our younger generations. People are becoming less Christian and are leaning more towards no affiliation at all with religion. Now we're going to take a look at customs.
All right, hi, my name is Jennifer Doris, and I am going to be talking about customs. Customs in Mexico compared to the customs here in America. So part of customs are holidays, and some of the holidays in Mexico are the Day of the Dead, which is on November 1st and November 2nd. And during these 2 days, they have festivals, and it is in the honoring of the departed relatives that have offerings that are made to the souls of their ancestors. They make these offerings by creating a shrine or an altar in their homes, that contain pictures, food, skulls, and other items that just reminded them of their ancestors. Another day is Mexico's most important holiday, which is Independence Day. This is on September 16th. It's also celebrated with festivals, and they celebrate the liberation of the Spanish rule in 1810. Another holiday is the Feast of Our Lady of Guadalupe. This is the most important religious holiday in Mexico. It's on December 12th, and it celebrates the Catholic holiday honoring Mary, the Virgin of Guadalupe. So in comparison, the holidays in America contain Independence Day, just like Mexico. Ours is celebrated on July 4th, and this is celebrating the Declaration of Independence. Another holiday is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. This is on January 20th, and it's honoring the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Another holiday we have is Memorial Day. This is on May 25th. Our New Year's Day is on January 1st, and it's the first day of the year. And it's also a day celebrating the previous year and the holidays that we have just celebrated. So another part of customs is language and how we speak. So in Mexico, they are the most populated speaking Spanish in the country and the world. They have 62 indigenous languages spoken in the country called Amerindian languages. Here in the U.S., there is no federally recognized language, but we do have more than 150 languages spoken here, and at least half of those states use American English as their official language and their first language as well. 13.5% of Americans speak Spanish, which is about 14 million Americans. So the last part of customs is work and family. Here in America, we typically see our self-worth through our profession. We really pride ourselves off of hard work, and work may be placed before family. So the children that we raise are raised to be more independent. Whereas in Mexico and other countries, family is put before profession, and children are taught to see, are brought to see family before work profession, and are raised with a lot of parental care.
Mexican education versus U.S. education. My name is Khadija Rouse, and I'll be doing the education part. So public schools in Mexico are divided in 3 different groups. One group, it starts with kindergarten, which is optional. They do primary schools is grades 1 through 6. Secondary schools is grades 7 through 9. Higher education is grades 10 through 12. In Mexico, all the children has to wear uniforms. Then in the United States, children wear uniforms too, but mostly, Mostly, the kids that wear uniforms are the kids that go to private schools. Their schools are broken up into 3 different groups as well, which is pre-K, elementary, middle school, and high school. Elementary is grades 1 through 5. Middle school is grades 6 through 8. High school are grades 9 through 12. The funding in Mexico. So their schools are free, but the children have to pay for their own books, which in America, United States, public schools are free as well, and so are the books. The books are free too. You just have to bring them back at the end of school year. In colleges for Mexico, the average cost of colleges is $300 to $800 per year. In United States, college's average cost is $5,000 per year and up. The grading policy. So in Mexico, they are on a number system. 10 is the highest grade, 6 is a passing poorly grade, and 5 is a failing grade. in the United States, we go on a letter system, which is A, the highest grade, B, the second highest grade, C is passing poorly, and F is a failing grade.
My name is Orlando Jones. I did my bachelor on government. I'm doing a government comparison between Mexico and the U.S. The presidential election for Mexico is a popular vote, and the presidential election for the U.S. is electoral votes. The popular vote is cast by citizens, while the electoral vote is cast by a group of electors. In Mexico, the president can only serve one term, which is 6 years, with no chance of re-election. And the U.S. president can serve up to 2 terms, which is 8 years, and they can't be re-elected. Mexico contains 31 states, so Mexico City. The U.S. contains 50 states and territories. Similarities between our government. They both contain an executive, judicial, and legislative branch. The executive branch's purpose is to carry out and enforce new laws. The executive branch includes the president and vice president. The legislative branch is in charge of making new laws. This includes the federal judges and the Supreme Court. The judicial branch's goal is to figure out how to enforce these new laws and figure out how to apply them to society. The president, governor, and mayor's job is to settle issues. The Constitution, they both contain a Constitution for the betterment of the citizens. They also declared independence. The U.S. declared its independence in 1776 from Great Britain, and Mexico declared its independence in 1810 from Spain.
Any questions?
What is the Constitution?
The Constitution is a document that outlines the plans in the federal government. It also contains citizens' rights and freedoms. Where would you prefer to go to school? The U.S. or Mexico?
I would prefer to go to Mexico because the schooling is a lot cheaper and the process is totally different from U.S. because in Mexico, schooling is only $300 to $800 per year, and I know in U.S. we pay like $5,000 or more a year just for schooling. So I would definitely choose Mexico because they probably have different opportunities and their schooling's faster and definitely much cheaper. Where would you choose U.S. culture or Mexican culture? Well, Mexico's culture.
So, because I have experienced all of the United States holiday culture already, I probably would choose to do Mexico's because it's something different that I haven't done yet. I'm really interested in the Day of the Dead. I think it's really nice to be able to celebrate with festivals and create a shrine or an altar in my house that has pictures and food and items that remind me of any of my ancestors.
Yeah, that's definitely super cool.
The next question is going to be for religion. And why do you think there has been such a decline of religion here in the U.S.?
So, over the last 20 years, there's definitely been a decline in social significance of religious beliefs. Perhaps it's because there's like a rise in science, that it's a new way of thinking for younger generations. Through evidence, retail businesses are open on Sundays. Schools don't promote particular religious holidays anymore. It's almost like there's individual freedom that's kind of challenging those traditional ideas of going to church every Sunday and reading your Bible. People are still believing spiritually that there is a greater power, but they're not affiliating themselves with a religion.
Next is our references. There's 2 for religion, 2 for customs, 2 for education, and 3 for government.
Thank you for listening to our presentation today. Have a great afternoon.
Bye.
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 Thank you.